For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Outdoors with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you guys a review video on a brand new awning from Vango. So this here is the Vango Balletto. The Vango Balletto is a new model for 2021 and it's a bit unique in comparison to what Vango have done previously, to be fair. Not only in terms of the way it works, in terms of the inflation system, but also in terms of its design. It's a little bit more, I suppose, caravan-esque. I think probably one thing in the past there's been definitely a criticism of kind of Vango maybe in ways that they were coming from more too tenty kind of background, whereas this is definitely more, the feel and look of it feels more like a caravan awning and designed specifically for that. And you can feel that in terms of the fabrics you've got here as well. It's more of a kind of like a sort of a slightly thicker kind of weight material, but it's still about 150D, really nice and waterproof. And again, you've got nice sort of longer lasting kind of product to it really. So as well as things like the toning panels, the panels work really well to kind of make it feel very kind of, yeah, caravan-esque. But the main sort of, like I said, headline news is that the fact it's now single point inflation. Arguably, to be fair, it's actually multi-point as well. So what you find is you've actually got a single inflation point located here that will pump up the whole awning. So it means you just slide it in the rail, peg the back two corners down, inflate it from a single point, and it goes up. No different to how, say, a camper would or Dometic would. It's the same kind of principle. Difference being is actually, to be fair, you can actually use this as a multi-point if you really wanted to. So each one can be done on its own. So it means, again, you've got easy for inflation, but also ease for deflation, which is quite crucial. It's got a very clever system where everything's almost like pre-isolated off, so you haven't got to go inside and isolate taps off as well. So from a user point of view, it's a lot more simplistic, and from a price point of view, it's very, very competitive. It comes in three different sizes actually. So you've got the 300, which I've got with me here, then you do a 200 and a 400. So 200, 300, 400. You have one panel for the 200, two panels for the 300, and then three panels for the 400. So you work your way up in terms of size, and it's a standard depth of 2.5 meters. You've got the door scenario where it can happily sort of roll into the middle, so the front door itself. You've got these really nice oversized zips, again with a little kind of puller, just to make it a lot easier. And it just rolls nice and neatly into the center when you want to enter or exit. Alternatively, you can just use it kind of as a front sort of panel. So what you find is that there's curtains in the front which kind of zip up to get that real nice sort of solid connection to the actual awning itself. Other things are things like the ability you can add an annex on either side, so you can really sort of make it more spacious. And they've got this almost halfway door. What they've really quite cleverly done is almost got half door, half window scenario. So it means utilizing more of the space. So this door can come back halfway, so you can open it up like so, roll that back. You've then got a full mesh panel built into that door. All the clips you now see on here are going to be kind of a buckle clip, so you can literally just pop it straight back in to the buckle, tension it like so, so it's much easier and simpler to retain everything. You haven't got to be the best at kind of rolling it away, which again, if your hands aren't brilliant, or slightly older people, for example, you can get away with that quite easier. The whole side panels can completely remove, so again, for reducing the overall weight when sliding it into the rail, what you can find is that you can just remove that out, slide it through. Means it's much easier and more manageable, and it actually comes in two separate bags, again making sure the overall weight is under 30 kilograms, and it's in two components. So what you find, again, getting it into the caravan or storing it around the caravan is much easier to do so. Webbing storm straps all included, so you've got not only bracing across the width but bracing across the front. Gives you really great torsion, as well as keeping, and that's probably one of the better things about in terms of where you got a Vango awning, is that a lot of the optional extras are actually included. Things like your storm straps, you get some good standard rock pegs, your manual pumps, a really nice oversized pump. Things also like your draft skirt, your wheel arch cover, all those are included in there. So when you take kind of all the extras you would normally pay, it makes the awning actually even better value. What we'll do now is have a look on the inside of Balletto and talk for a few more features that it has to offer. So now inside the Balletto, you can probably appreciate the sheer depth you've got in here. Not only have you got sort of a good amount of depth and the ability to change the width, it's the small nitty-gritty features that really do kind of make this awning what it is. You've got, like I said, we talked about the sorry, you've got a single point inflation. So it inflates from here, the air then gets distributed out through these points. Like I said, you've almost got this clever self-sealing system, so you never have to really isolate anything off it. It can be all done either side, and like I said, if you really want to, you can go back to each one done individually. All of the toggle points, whether it be just for the door, on the side or on the top, you've got again that strap system which we talked about, so it's much easier to do. And also things like the curtains, for example, you've got zip-up curtains, so you get a better coverage and get it tighter to the window to get an ultimate amount of privacy. All the retaining clips now on the curtains, for example, are just little press studs, so you can just pop it off, take the curtain at the top, and you've got that perfect sort of clarity, and that really nice sort of pattern matches the skyline that you can buy additionally to it. And then when you don't want it, you can always bring it down kind of halfway and get a good level of sort of privacy if you wanted to. Or as we just seen a minute ago, take it down fully to the bottom. You can just roll it up and then put it into its own little pocket just down there. So again, you've got this really nice high quality brass kind of press studs. You just pop that together, here a little clip, and that sort of then just keeps itself nice and neat in the corner. And the same way, wherever you've got sort of crystal clear windows, you've got those privacy curtains. Even on, say, the door panel, which can be, door, be mesh, or be window, so you've got lots of flexibility. Other things, you've got a nice, really strong PVC kind of mud skirt that goes around the actual beam, around the bottom as well. So when you get your carpet and lay it on top, it gives that ultimate amount of seal. The air tubes itself, I said, are all sort of in situ. You can even, if you want to, just replace them as you can see here. So you just literally, that part screws off, take that out, repatch it, repair it, or do whatever you need to do. So the system's designed that, it's very versatile and easy to repair if there is for any reason an issue. The side panels, like I say, can completely removed out, and again the sort of curvature in the kind of curtain just kind of makes it feel a bit more kind of homely. In terms of fixing it to the van, what you've also got is Vango's kind of draft seal system, so it's the ability of having no rear upright pole, but you connect it into the bottom of your sort of your draft skirt rail. That then basically creates a tension point from top to bottom. You've got these pads that can press firmly against the foam pad that sits here next to the caravan and presses real good force against it to try and minimise the draft. We've got a separate video on the draft seal system which you can always check out if need be, which again, it's just a touch of a button, goes into it a little bit more in depth. Overall nice sort of size, and you also got, I think, the kind of Vango Skytrack system running through the top, so if you wanted to create something like put the roof lining in place, you can do so, or in many ways if you want to hang like a little storage part to dry some bits, you can do that as well. That same Skytrack is also in position right along the caravan, so again, having storage pockets located on either side of the door just maximises your main sort of living area. You put keys, books, anything, shoes in many ways out of the way, so you can, you're decluttering the main body of the tent itself. The only thing I would say, actually, there is two beams you do have to inflate separately, which are these bracer beams. It's really just to help sort of give a bit more torsion into the roof. If you don't want to buy an extra annex to house extra people, you can buy an in the bedroom that will take up half the room in the 300 model, but you can also pick and choose that as well. So it's definitely a more cost-effective to wait to that way, but then you're eating into your interior space. And if you want something that's small and versatile, that's where it kind of really, I think an annex would be a better option in many ways. Overall, I think it's a really nice model. The fact now it's obviously single point inflation is a big bonus. It's one thing that I think that definitely was sort of lacking in the predecessor, which is the Braemar, was lacking a little bit. Admittedly, the price point does go a little bit up because of it, but if you look at it in comparison to something like a Rally, a camper or Dometic Rally, it sits beneath that in terms of the price point. You've got an awful lot of level of features that are the same, if not a little bit more, and it kind of feels a bit lighter, a bit airier in here as well. So by all means, if you want more information, you can check the link below this video. It'll take you directly through to our website where we've got all the information on the Balletto in terms of the sizes, the pack weights, the dimensions, all the features all listed there. So you can always check that out if you want to know more information about it. Alternatively, see more images we've got of the Balletto sort of in situ on caravans as well. Like I said, that's kind of our little video review on the new Balletto, available in the 200, a 300 and also a 400 size. For any more questions, just let us know.